Welcome to a new adventure. We are going to go on an adventure through a book of the Bible written by a man named Mark. But in order to go on an adventure, we need to take an important step: prepare. And to prepare, we're going to do two things. You probably have heard of who, what, when, where, and why. They're the 5 questions you're always told to ask about scenes. Our adventure will be starting with that first question. Who? Who are the people we'll be adventuring with? Their names are Mark and Jesus. Let's start with the straightforward one. Who is Mark? There are 4 Gospels in the Bible: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. 2 are eyewitness accounts. Matthew and John knew Jesus for a long time. 1 is a research study. Luke was a doctor who learned about Jesus later. And 1, Mark, is somewhere in between. Mark was a child while Jesus was alive, but was a good friend of Peter, one of the most prominent followers of Jesus. Mark's gospel is probably mostly what Peter remembered and a few things that Mark saw himself. So, now knowing who Mark was, who was Jesus? Well, luckily, at the very beginning of the book Mark wrote, he tells us the beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God. So Mark says Jesus was 2 things: Messiah and Son of God. A Messiah is an anointed one or a chosen one. So in other words, Jesus was God's Son and was chosen. Now, if you're in my class, we're going to do this activity ourselves, so I'm going to stop the video now. But if you're not, let's get started on preparing for Jesus the Messiah. Mark talks about John the Baptist, who tells us in order to prepare for Jesus, we need to repent. What's that?
So feel free to try this bit at home. It's pretty easy. All you need is a clear cup, some soda, some buttons, and preferably a spoon. Normally, our heart is like this glass of soda, and the bad things we do are the buttons. We try to hide the bad things in our heart, and they've disappeared. But eventually, they come right back up. And what we need to do in that situation is repent. And that means we need to get rid of our bad things entirely. We don't try to hide them. We confess. We tell Jesus that we've done bad things and that we are sorry for them. And what Jesus does is he gets rid of them. No more hiding in our hearts. Those buttons, those bad things are now out of our heart, our glass of soda. So, today, maybe think about some bad things that you might have done and repent, say sorry. And then, get ready for an adventure.